Everyone, this is just a video to explain how to diagnose and quite easily fix problems with having the right number of tracks per cluster. Every cluster should have either one cell in it if it doesn't divide, and if it does divide, then it should have the mother cell, the two daughter cells, and a point showing when it divides. And of course, if you have multiple divisions, then you're continuously adding two new daughter cells and this new extra point. That results in a system where basically you either have a one track per cluster or one plus a multiple of three, which is the number of divisions. So if you've got one division, you'd have a total of 4 tracks. If you have two divisions, you have a total of 7 tracks. 10, you have a total of 10. Sorry, 3 divisions, you have a total of 10 tracks. So in order to find where this might have gone wrong, we need to see the number of tracks per cluster. And it's really easy to do. You hold down the control key and you click measure and you get this button up, which will, I think it defaults to having point and track on, but we just want cluster. And this gives us a list of all the clusters and some very interesting statistics. But the point we're interested in is this tracks column, because as I say, this should be only contain the values 1, 4, 7, 10, 13. And as you can see, we've got a 5 here. If I go up a bit further, we've got a 2 here. This one's a 4, so that one's probably okay. There's a 4, it's probably okay. There's a 2. You know, it's very easy to just accidentally miss one when you're clustering. So we can have a look and see what's going on. So we'll start with, I'm going to do the whole thing, fix this whole thing, and we'll see how it goes. The person already has fixed this, said I could use this, so we'll try. So to find where a cluster is, because it's a bit hard to just identify it straight off, you can look in here and you'll find the minimum and the maximum in X and in Y for a particular cluster. So this cluster, which is called cluster ID 1, is between 24 and 52, and then 235 and 279. So if I scroll around, you can see the numbers are changing up here, somewhere between 23 and 54, and then, so it should be somewhere around here. There's one of the cells of it, cluster 1, 3. And you can see there's a good division there, but then, so that you've got the mother cell, which is 1, 3, and then it's dividing to 2. I'm not entirely convinced that's a division, but I think that's what the curator believes. But there must be some other track which is being bundled in with this, which we don't want. Let's get the actual track measurements up as well. So I just held down Control and click that again. So we're looking for cluster 1, and we have tracks 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And it doesn't look like 1, 7 is part of this. So let's find 1, 7 between 24 and 27, and 2, 4, 7, 2, 4, 8. Right, let's go right to the end so we can see every bit of time. There it is. See, it's just something completely random, doesn't appear to be to do with any cell at all, it's just some nonsense points, so we can just delete that. So we deleted that one, so now cluster 1 is fixed. Let's try and find cluster 70. So we go between 70 and 83, and 281 and 305. There's cluster 70. So again, this should be a fairly well done. Oh no, this one just looks like it's something where, yes, what we have here is this cell is the curator's decided is dividing, and another cell has just been not clustered correctly. So all we need to do for this one is to put this into a new cluster, and then that's fixed. So that was just a small mistake with clustering. Let's have a look at cluster 48, which is somewhere between 5 and 29, and in the Y it's 273 to 280. So right over on the left margin here, So we're going somewhere around here. We're looking for cluster 48. Oh, there's 48.1. And so that looks fine. And 48.2 is over here. Again, just a clustering mistake. Not a problem. But I've noticed this is a problem for a lot of people. A lot of people have got this slightly wrong, or they haven't clustered their tracks correctly in the first place. So it's really worth fixing. And if I run all this, if I click measure again, just so we're not accidentally going back on ourselves. 1, 4, 4, 4, 4, cluster 6. And cluster 6 is the last one, between 50 and 60. So somewhere in this range, and then 297 and 324. Here we go, 6.1 and 6.2. So 6.2 is just a random point that's not apparently, it's going, it looks like it's an error, so we'll delete that one. I hate this behavior. You get the idea. Ah, so 6.2 actually, it appears to be a whole track. Oh, 6.1 is bad. This is confusing. Okay, it looks like 6.1 is actually the first point of 6.2, so I'll merge that in. But then it looks like we've got this extra point which we don't want on 6.1. My computer's being slow. There we go. There we go. So we just merged 6.1 into 6.2 because it looked like it was the first point of that. And now we have, hopefully, a perfectly clustered file. So worth doing is to check off your own curated submission, just to make sure that you've done it all perfectly. And otherwise you might miss out some points, and it might cause some problems down the line. So hope you'll do that, and hope this helps you understand how to do it, how to use these coordinates to find in the image.